15 years of working experience in the marketing field and has a passion for branding. She loves to help businesses and individuals create their own brands. And she will be, last week she spoke about personal branding and why it's important. And today she's going to speak to us about the power of a brand. And I just want to say that I met this person and we've talked, and she knows all about branding. She's knowledgeable. She knows how to get your image across in a much better way. So without further ado, Miss Silvania.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
Fine.
Good. It's great. This is the second lesson. I feel like a teacher. I'm going to just cover the vocal a little bit. I just want you to kind of look at this. Like Neil said, last week we talked about what is a brand, what is branding, and why you should care about it. And today I'm going to try to get you more into why you should care about it. And that's the power that branding has, or a brand has. You're going to hear me talking about two things. Brand is a promise. It's the promise that a company or a person does to its or his or her target market. And it's very important for you to understand that there is a target market. Not everybody is going to like you. Not everybody wants to hear about you. Not everybody is interested. But there is a certain market that is. And that's the one that you want to reach. And that's the one that you want to connect with. So your promise to that market is your brand. Publix, for example, it says where shopping is a pleasure. That's their promise. And I don't know about you, but I'm there every week, and they fulfill their promise. And I don't know if you know, but if you you grab something from the shelf and it has a price, and then you ring it and it's a different price, they give it for free to you. And that's their promise. But you have to ask for it. That's the key. If that happens to you, you said, are you going to fulfill your promise? And they are going to give it to you for free. And so my experience with Publix has been always the same. And I think they do a good job about branding in that sense. They keep their promise. Now, the second word is branding. Branding is the process of every time your target is in contact with you, they are supposed to have the same experience. Always the same experience. That's how you build your brand. So that process of connecting every time with that target is called branding. So those are the two things that we're going to be talking about today. Now, without saying the name of the brand, look at this. Can you recall any feature, characteristic, or anything related to that brand? Can anybody tell me something about that brand, a characteristic of that brand?
The color.
Okay, what color, really?
A blackish color.
I'm sorry?
Blackish.
Black. Yeah, but remember, think about the brand. What color does that brand has?
Red.
Red. Oh, okay.
Red.
Capitalism.
Okay. What is the product?
Coke.
Coca-Cola.
Well, that's the brand.
Beverage.
It's a beverage. It's a soda. Okay. Well, you already recall the name of the brand. The brand is Coca-Cola. It's one of the most recognized brands in the world. They've been around for 136 years, and their logo is exactly the same as when it started. 136 years of the same logo. There have been a little changes in the middle, but if you see today's logo and the one that they started with, and they're the same. Remember Coke anytime that you think about your own brand, and I'm going to tell you why. Just this shape already told you what the product was. That's how powerful this brand is. How does that translate to you? When somebody asks me, do you know any reliable printer? I hope that the first name that comes to my mind is Neil, for example. When somebody tells me, what do you think about Robert? And I would say, I think he's a very responsible person, and I start talking about him. that's your goal. That when people think about you, they already have who you are, and if somebody asks about something related to you, your name pops first. That's how brands work, and that's the goal, and that should be your goal. But for that to happen, you have to have very clear who you are and what you offer, and be able to communicate it to your target. And my goal in Toastmasters, as you said, is to learn how to communicate to my target market who I am and what I do. That's why I'm in Toastmasters. Thank you, Neil, for that one. Do you know how much money Coca-Cola invests in advertisement? $2.6 billion a year. $2.6 billion a year. But do you know how much their brand is worth?
150 billion.
Not yet there. That's Apple.
100 billion.
It's 72. $72 billion. The brand alone. We're not talking about assets. We're not talking about manufacturing plants. We're not talking about the product. We're talking the brand itself. If they are going to sell their name, $72 billion is the tag. It pays. It pays. It's been taking them 136 years though to build it. But it pays. It's good for you to start thinking about that. You want to do that? Why? You don't need to be a business owner. You should have your own brand as an employee. You should be the person that your boss thinks about when he needs somebody that can deliver. When he has a project and he thinks, who can I give this project to? He should think about you. So branding is not only for business owners. Branding works for everything. Now, one of the things that is very important is that you connect. That you connect with your target. And at the end of my speech, I'm going to show you a brilliant, I think, work that Nike has been doing about connecting. But in the meantime, I just wanted to let you know that that's one of the things that you can think of. Now, I'm going to read this because I think it's very important, and I want you to take this thought with you. And it says, feel confident that you can set yourself apart. When we were teenagers, we want to be in a group. We didn't want to be set as different, see as different. We want to be part of the group. Now is not time for that. Now you have to set yourself apart. You are a unique individual with a set of talents, and it's time for you to use your gifts to the fullest capacity. This is not about bragging. This is not about making yourself bigger. This is about the responsibility that you have to put your gifts to service to somebody else. But you cannot put it to service if that person doesn't know that you have that to offer. That's why it's very important for you to do this. This is not about egos. This is about a responsibility. You have a gift, and your responsibility is to share it with the world. My speech concludes here, but I wanted to show you this video because I think it's very, very, it's beautiful, the message, but it's also great in the sense of how it connects with people, the brand with its target market. Thank you.
This morning, 9,000 shots in my foot. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed.
I don't know if you were able to hear it, but it talks about how many times Michael Jordan has failed. He says how many shots he has failed, how many times he has tried something and didn't succeed, but at the end, because of all the times that he failed and continue, that's why he succeed. That's the message. But the point here is that Nike does this over and over, connecting with the people that they serve. Their promise is, their tagline is just do it. And that tagline has inspired a lot of people, not only doing sports, but in their personal lives. Thank you very much.